Welcome to my world, a place where the shadows whisper and the night hides secrets too dark for the day. I am not here to comfort you. I am here to remind you that evil is real. Sometimes it wears a mask, and sometimes it wears the face of someone you trust. So sit back, lock your doors, and listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just a story. It's a warning from the black world I walk in. I used to bartend in Toronto, bouncing between a few different places. But my favorite gig was at a small wine bar, not too far from where I lived. Not too far meaning about a 30 to 40 minute walk, close enough that I convinced myself it was fine. Most nights, I would walk home from Queen Street West, up toward High Park North. Safe neighborhoods at least, compared to other parts of the city. I was 23 at the time, and I was not clueless. I knew walking alone that late at night was not the best idea. But after a few nights of nothing happening, I started to relax. I got so comfortable I even began listening to music on the way home. Just one earbud in low volume enough to keep myself alert, but still enjoy the quiet. Looking back now, I realize it was only a matter of time before something went wrong. And when it did, it went really wrong. It was a slow Wednesday at the bar. We closed around 11 at night, cleaned up, clocked out. And by about 11:45, I was heading down my usual route. At first it was the same as always, quiet back streets, barely a soul around. Then I turned onto a tree-lined avenue. High Park stretched dark and endless on my left, and a row of apartment buildings stood on my right. Hardly any traffic. Just silence broken now and then by the sound of my own footsteps. That is when I noticed it. A white van rolled past me. Nothing strange, just a van. But then a few minutes later, it came back around the block, turning onto the same street. I frowned. Weird, I thought, but brushed it off, until I saw it again. This time the van slowed. My gut clenched. The driver pulled up alongside me and rolled to a crawl. I tugged out my earbud. Behind the wheel was a chubby guy, sandy brown hair, mid-30s maybe. He smiled at me and called out, "Hey, are you from around here?" I did not step closer, just answered cautiously, "Yeah." He sighed with relief. "Oh, thank God." The last couple people I asked were all tourists. Then he leaned forward. "Do you know where this street is?" I actually did. It was one of those hard-to-spot side roads with bad signage. I tried explaining, but I was not doing a great job of giving directions. That is when he unfolded a map and held it out. "Could you just point it out for me? Otherwise I will forget what you said." Something about his awkward, almost harmless attitude lowered my guard. If he had looked threatening, I would have kept walking. But he just seemed like some lost guy. So I stepped closer. I leaned in through the passenger side window, squinting at the map. I had just found the street when I heard the click of a door unlocking. Before I could react, the sliding door of the van whipped open. Another man lunged out from the back. My blood froze. I stumbled backward, but the guy's hand shot out, just barely missing my arm. His eyes were wild, his expression set. He was not asking for directions. He was waiting. The driver shouted, "Get her in." I bolted. My heart exploded in my chest as my shoes slammed against the pavement. I sprinted down the street, too terrified to even scream. Behind me I could hear the van's engine revving, the heavy thud of footsteps. I did not dare look back. By pure luck, I spotted a man outside his house holding a hockey stick. My lungs were burning, but I ran straight for him. "Help! They are trying to take me," I shouted. He turned just in time to see the van creeping up the street. His face hardened. Without a word, he gripped the stick like a weapon and marched into the road. The van slowed, then stopped. The driver locked eyes with him, then with me. A long, tense silence. And then tires screeching, the van sped off into the night. I collapsed on the curb, gasping for breath. The man stayed with me, calm but firm, making sure I was safe before I went inside to call the police. That night changed everything. I never walked home alone again. And to this day, whenever I see a white van creeping down a quiet street, my stomach knots. And I remember just how close I came to disappearing forever. If this story sent chills down your spine, do not walk away just yet. Hit the like button to let me know you survived the journey with me. Subscribe and step deeper into the shadows, where I bring you true stories that remind us just how dangerous the world can be. And tell me in the comments, what would you have done in this situation?